So, like I said earlier, my pick to win the championship was UCLA. They have a great offense. They have good perimeter shooting. That's mostly it. Oh, what else do they have? Lonzo Ball. But he's making a lot of noise on the court. His father's making a lot of noise off the court. Guys, are we sold on UCLA?
I don't even know where to go from here right now. I'm not sold on them, but they have a good shot of winning. I think their team is pretty good, and Lonzo is phenomenal. And I like Lonzo as a player. Just when you bring up his dad's name, I just cringe because of things he says, and he should never be in the platform.
What exactly do we hate about Lavar Ball?
It's not that he's like that crazy parent, but it's the things he says that just go over the top and have no basis to them, no facts, no reasoning. It's just insanity. And he takes all the spotlight away from his son, who is actually a very humble player, seems like, and just all about his basketball. And it's kind of like putting a bad, I don't know what the word is, but bad spotlight on his kids and how they're perceived because of his dad, what he's saying.
LeVar Ball, in my opinion, is probably the most classic booster club parent there probably has ever been. I can't stand every single day turning on ESPN and hearing about the things he's saying because anybody, all parents are proud of their kids, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're not the first trio or even duo of brothers to be good at basketball, especially when Lonzo Ball remains to be seen. He's only played 2, postseason basketball games on the big stage, besides their tournament, but and then the son, that's in Chino Hills, LaMelo.
LaMelo,
LaMelo and LiAngelo, both of them. Yeah, I mean LaMelo had that 94-point game. I mean, or 2 or whatever it was.
92.
You can't take that away from him. But there's a lot of skepticism. He's cherry picking the whole game, blah blah blah. But I'm not getting into that. But the kid goes off for 94, and then the dad is coming out and talking, and he hasn't even gone to college yet. He hasn't gone anywhere yet. He doesn't know anything besides how he performed in high school. And I think asking for $1 billion shoe deal between the 3 kids. We were talking about this the other day with a couple people. Think about the Plumlees. Mm-hmm. All 3 Plumlees played for Duke. Here their sister was a star.
I'm gonna take a slightly different argument. I love what LeVar Ball's doing.
Stop it.
I love what he's doing.
Stop it right now.
It's amazing what he's doing. Everything.
Are you doing this for ratings? For your 20 viewers? Or you really mean that?
Can we agree that he gets Father of the Year award for dominant sports athletes?
Yeah, but
if you want to go that
kids
route,
didn't even need him for the publicity. They were getting their publicity anyway.
Let's be real. Like, he's not a bad parent.
I think he's a great parent.
What he's saying in the public is just wrong, and it's hurting his children.
What is wrong? Just give me specifics.
All right, we'll go into detail then.
Yes.
For when he said that he could beat Michael Jordan, he could smash Michael Jordan in one-on-one in his prime.
Right, that was an example of him going off
no one talks like that about the greatest player to ever play. And 2, where are you coming from when your prime is 2 points a game at Washington State? That's right. I mean, that's phenomenal in the aspect of me looking at it. But comparing it to MJ, you're a flea.
His argument was that, hey, I'd have more girth down there. I could bully him. But I agree with you on that point. He's just saying that to get his name out there. I agree with you on that point.
His name's been out there.
The other one I agree with you on is where he called out LeBron's son. There was no need to go personal there. But everything else I'm more or less okay with.
The $1 billion shoe deal?
Why not?
There's one person on Earth with $1 billion shoe deal, and that's over a lifetime. And he's saying it's between the 3 of his kids. I understand that, but at the same time, you could go from Durant, Westbrook, and Harden and put them together, and they barely equal $1 billion. And they're the 3 other best players in the league, arguably, whatever.
He was generous and said over 10 years.
Over 10 years for 3 kids who haven't even come out of high school. Well, one's out of high school, the other 2 aren't even out of high school yet. They could break their ankles tomorrow. What's their $1 billion shoe deal?
Then it's done. It's a gamble.
Well,
it's a gamble.
What do you think about this, though?
Okay, what?
Him being this outrageous with his comments, you don't think that would scare off sponsors? Like, this guy is a loose cannon. Who knows what he says? It could make us look bad.
Right.
And it's because, his kids don't deserve that because they're not out there like this.
So 2 things. One, another example of where I think he crossed that line is when he called out Chino Hill's coach after a loss. I felt like that was an opportunity to show that the Ball family can be humble in defeat and that you can learn from this defeat. So there was that. The other thing is I think Lonzo Ball is so down to earth that who cares what's going on the outside. It's just all about
He's
what
only at
happens on the
UCLA
court.
right now.
Lonzo-
He
yeah,
has
Lon-
no idea what's coming yet.
Lonzo Ball could be a great NBA player and whatever. I mean, but Steph Curry's just hitting his peak, and he called him out saying he could be better than Steph Curry. I mean, you don't know that.
Of course
And on
you
top
don't
of that,
know.
Steph Curry could go off again, like his past couple of
Mm-hmm.
years that he had, or he
mean,
stay where he's at.
He was a back-to-back MVP currently, and he still thinks that his son is better than him right now.
Yeah, exactly. Especially a better shooter. Steph Curry right now, right now, is probably one of the best shooters, or if not the best shooter to ever play.
Oh, he is the best shooter
to ever play
right
right now. And and he's saying his son is better than Steph Curry. That's cool to hype your son up a little bit, say he can do anything. But you're not saying my son could be better than Steph Curry. My son could be better than this. Da, da, da. He's saying they are better, and there's nothing to prove that. There's no grounds to prove
I
that
see
they're
what,
better.
I see where
course
you're
not,
coming
but-
from, Gabe. You're probably thinking like, when you play soccer and anything, you want to believe that you're the best player.
Yeah,
But-
there's that pride, that ego.
But that's for the player. He can think that as long as you don't say that.
Yeah.
And the dad doesn't just say that or think that. He really believes
yes,
that.
he
And
does.
That is
And that's why I'm okay with
crazy.
it. That's why I'm okay with it. Maybe, but all of their lives they've been hearing, you're the best. Someone has to be better than Michael Jordan. Why not be you? That's what they've been hearing their whole lives.
That's the best thing he's ever said. Everything else is just throwing that right under the rug, though.
Oh, I think about this. The older you get, as you grow up in sports, the left's parents have to do with it. You're playing.
Right, I agree
You're
with you.
playing
I
your
agree.
childhood sports, Pop Warner, Little League, soccer, whatever. Your parents are your coaches. Parents influence. Parents have problems when their kids aren't playing. Things go like that. As you get older, then there's booster clubs in high school, and da 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 da. You get to college, and there is zero involvement for parents. But these kids right now aren't even saying anything on their own. Their dad's on ESPN 4 days a week.
And you have all the public not even know who you really are
Yeah.
that are judging you
Yeah.
because what your dad's saying.
I mean, these kids are getting trashed.
They
And
don't
at the same
deserve
time,
it.
they're getting praised because of their dad. But at the same time, their dad has gone out and is campaigning for them. And that's why I get what you're saying, where he's a great father because he's campaigning for his kids. But at the one point, like you're getting us right now, you got two of us right here
Right.
talking bad about the situation because these kids haven't done anything themselves to
Right.
prove themselves yet. And so, therefore, when you're talking about being better than Steph Curry, better than LeBron James' kids,
You know who I compare him to right now?
Who?
I compare Lonzo to like OJ Mayo right now, but his dad's doing the talking that OJ did himself.
Uh-huh.
OJ came out of high school saying, I'm going to smash all of MJ's records. And he had, a mediocre NBA career, and he's out of the league now. But he's not as good. I'm not saying he was as good as Lonzo or anything. I'm saying he's like a mix between Lonzo and LeVar.
You're saying the off-the-court stuff is
Off the
what's
court,
similar.
LeVar.
Okay.
On the court, he's like Lonzo.
You know what I feel bad for Alonzo is that when Lonzo comes out and he goes to the league, if he has subpar, or he's mediocre
Right,
at best,
right.
all you're gonna see is, was he really gonna be that good enough? Is he failing?
Fans
Is
are
he
gonna
not
hate
big
him
enough?
because of it.
Exactly. He's got so much hype to be better than all these people, and he didn't even do anything wrong. He didn't do anything.
Right.
He's like, I'm out here giving
But
my all.
that's what the
playing
Ball
right now.
family strives. That's what they live for.
But
They
what I'm
want that
curious
hype.
about is what is LeVar
They
going to
live
say
off of that.
after if he has a season, like a down season or
If
more,
that
multiple
happens,
down
then yeah.
seasons.
If that happens, then everyone's gonna point and laugh at him. But if this works out, LeVar's gonna look like a genius.
Oh yeah.
They want the limelight. They love it.
But even
They've
if-
told their sons their whole lives, hey, there's no pressure in playing basketball. It's just a game. Where is there pressure? If you're homeless, if you have a gun pointed to their head. They just play basketball for the love of basketball. LeVar Ball is just trying to prop up Big Baller, whatever,
Brand.
Big Baller brand. Which I thought about getting a T-shirt. Boy, those things are
I
over
saw
50
one at the
bucks.
tournament.
Dang.
I saw one kid wearing them at the tournament.
I'd rather get a Wolfpack shirt.
Me too. But yeah, just to wrap the LeVar Ball thing up though, is just he needs to calm it down, and he has to
I
do
agree.
it for his kids.
I agree.
He has a platform that a lot of people would love to have, and just do it in a more positive way. He saw the reaction that he got. Maybe he should let his kids speak with their actions rather than you
Right.
do.
So I would
with your
say
words.
definitely cut out all the personal attacks. Can we agree
Oh
on
my
that?
God, yeah, you gotta stop.
Definitely-
going out and
definitely
saying
cut
they're
out
better than
that.
so and so.
I'm agreeing.
These players could be Lonzo's teammate, and when you're they're breaking their chemistry without them even meeting.
I agree. I mean, I'll be honest. When he's saying he's got They've got better chances than all that LeBron James kids have. LeBron James kids are going to have chances just being LeBron James kid. You know, they're going to get offers. They're going to get
They already
looks.
have
Oh, my
offers.
God, yes, because they're LeBron, and that's just how it's going to go. But, I mean, at the same time, the most you see LeBron say about his son is put up an Instagram video of him in an AAU game.
Right.
Which is like
or
a
something
normal
that,
dad.
Which is what dads do. Exactly. Dwayne Wade does it. Chris Paul does it. All these videos of their kids. That's all it is. And,
Right.
and these are celebs. These are guys who, if they wanted to go out there and go, yo, my kid's good, they could do it.
So let me ask you this. If LeBron did what LeVar's doing, take out the personal attacks, but if he was propping his son up, would you be okay with that?
Well, I don't know how...
In the way it was
I don't
done.
know how I'd respond because his son is so much younger. I mean, Lonzo is one of the top players in the nation right now. LaMelo is committed to UCLA, and how young is he?
Sophomore in high
Yeah,
school.
he's a sophomore in high school. Committed to he's a good player. And
5-star recruit, by the way.
LiAngelo.
LiAngelo is a
They
senior
call him
now.
Mellow
He's a
Jello
3.
and Zoe.
He's a 3-star athlete.
Okay, see those guys already are doing big things, and they're at that age where it's time you start. Are they going to be a good fit here, good fit there? Can they go to the pros? Things like that. LeBron's kids are still a little bit younger, but I guess in a sense, yes and no. It depends on what I'd say.
depends.
It depends.